Bhakti, Krishna consciousness will bring positivity in your life. It will keep you away from all the dangers, all the unnecessary things. Krishna consciousness is like a vaccine. When you take a vaccine, it prevents you against all the disease, like you have a COVID vaccine, polio vaccine, and tuberculosis vaccine. Similarly, Krishna Bhakti is a vaccine. When you are Krishna conscious, then you will automatically stay away from unnecessary things. जब आप भक्ति में लग जाएंगे तो आपको कुछ चीजें अच्छी नहीं लगेगी, जैसे कि कोई कहेगा कि चलो रेस्टोरेंट में खाना खाने जाते हैं, मीट खाना, एग्स खाना, फिश खाना, बोलेंगे नहीं नहीं मुझे ये सब पसंद नहीं है ना। तो पर स्त्री के साथ संबंध रखना हमें पसंद नहीं है, जुआ खेलना हम बोलेंगे नहीं ये हमारा काम नहीं है ना। सो यू विल स्टे अवे फ्रॉम द सिंफुल एक्टिविटीज, है ना। तो इसलिए भक्ति का जरूरत है हमें। भगवान कृष्ण जब हमारे जीवन में आते हैं, जब सूर्य आता है तो क्या होता है, अंधेरा चला जाता है ना। तो जैसे ही हमारे जीवन में भगवान कृष्ण आएंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा, all the unnecessary things will go away from your life. That is why we need bhakti. But the parents, what did they say to this kid? Don't go to Krishna temple. That's okay. I'm not worried about it. I'm just thinking that what is the situation in the society like. So we have to think Krishna Bhakti as a not negativity. Bhakti doesn't mean that you leave all your work. Bhakti means you do your work, add Krishna in that. Right? You have all the zeros, but you add one in front of those zeros. That becomes a big number. So Krishna Bhakti is a science of understanding. But sometimes, as Prabhuji was saying, that when you give Bhagavad Gita to somebody, they will have myth. Myth means they have a misunderstanding that Bhagavad Gita means it will take you away from the worldly things. It is not like that. Krishna didn't advise Arjuna to give up his duty. He said, you must do your duty. And did Arjuna lose the war after hearing Bhagavad Gita? Arjuna was victorious. So, Krishna consciousness is a formula to become victorious, to become peaceful, to become happy, to become successful. Everybody wants to be successful, but they don't know how to become. So that is the Krishna consciousness is all about. So what we'll do today is we'll read something from Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, and we'll try to see how practically put together everything. Sometimes people misunderstand the things and they don't know how to put this application in our life. So what we are going to do is we're going to learn practical application of Bhagavad Gita. Because when I heard these incidents, I thought it's very important for all of us to understand some of the key subject matters practically. Because we all are like students or professionals, or we have a family to look after. So how bhakti can help you to incorporate all this? We want to talk about that. Okay, let's do that. We'll do invocation prayer, Mangala Charan. तो मंगला चरण स्क्रीन के ऊपर है, तो आप सब साथ में हम रिपीट करेंगे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। ताप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा, वेलकम माता जी। हरे कृष्णा, नाइस टू सी यू ऑल। आइए हम सब साथ में ओम नमो भगवते करेंगे, भगवान को ध्यान करेंगे। Wherever you are, sit straight, neck in the line at the back. Keep your eyes closed if you remember the mantra. Take a deep breath. When you exhale, you recite Om and Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. हम 3 टाइम करेंगे। नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। हरे कृष्णा, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू। So Bhagavan Krishna spoke Arjuna about Bhagavad Gita, and in saying so, he gave this knowledge to us. भगवान बड़े दयालु है, अपने भक्तों का हमेशा बहुत ध्यान रखते हैं। कुछ भी कभी भी हम भी भगवान को भूल जाए, भगवान हमें कभी भी नहीं भूलते हैं। हमेशा हमारे हृदय में भगवान एक परमात्मा के रूप में मार्गदर्शन करते रहते हैं। Sometimes we might be confused, and then there is a sound coming from inside. You should not do that. That is Paramatma trying to speak with you. But we don't listen. We have a tendency to be rebellion. We don't listen. So that is the mercy of Krishna. Hare Krishna. So Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. आइए बैठिए। Lord Krishna is very kind, and to bless us, He has spoken this Bhagavad Gita. हमारे जीवन में कोई भी मुश्किल आ जाए तो उसमें से मार्ग दिखाने के लिए भगवान ने भगवद गीता हमें दी है। तो ये भगवान की कृपा है। अभी कृपा लेनी या नहीं, देने वाला तो खड़ा है, लेने वाला रेडी चाहिए। हरे कृष्ण, बैठिए बैठिए। तो भगवद गीता में भगवान ने अनेक प्रकार का ज्ञान दिया है, जैसे कर्म योग, भक्ति योग और ज्ञान योग। कर्म योग पहले 6 अध्याय जो भगवद गीता के हैं, उसमें भगवान कर्म योग की शिक्षा दे रहे हैं इसमें भगवान हमें क्या बता रहे हैं? What is Krishna teaching us? How to do your job. Everybody has some job, right? You have a job, you have a job. And the job as a student, job as a Hare Krishna, welcome, nice to see you. You can be comfortable on the chair if you like. Thank you. So, Bhagavad Gita, first 6 chapters, Lord Krishna is teaching about how to do your job, duty. Huh? So, then next 6 chapter, Lord Krishna teaches about how to love, bhakti. And the last 6 chapters, Lord Krishna talks about how to deal with others. Is that all important for you? Yeah. How to do your work. Why is it important? Because that is what is making you success. How to love others. Why that is important? That is what makes you happy. And how to build relation. Jnana. Why that is important? Because that is how you serve others. Right? So in this way, this Bhakti Yoga, Bhagavad Gita is a complete book about your life actually. And every shloka has so much knowledge that even you read 100 times, million times, you will not able to understand completely, because every time you'll get new information because it's so depth. So in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, story, everybody knows the story. So I will be very brief. Arjuna is confused. The battle is about to begin. Arjuna has to do his job. What is Arjuna's job? He is a soldier. Soldier has to do his duty, protect. That is the duty of a soldier. But he becomes compassionate, emotional, and he thinks about the death of his family and friends. So when one becomes emotional, the intelligence is clouded. When the too much emotions clouds your intelligence. When you're too angry, it clouds your intelligence, and then you say something, you do something which should not be said or done, right? Similarly, Arjuna has emotion overburst. And Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to control your emotions. Is it important to control your emotions? It is very important, right? Because the emotions which makes you happy can make you sad also, can make you remorse also. So Arjuna is crying now. Why? He's emotional. And Lord Krishna is saying that, hey, Arjuna, you're crying. You're a soldier. The war is about to begin and now you're crying. It doesn't suit you. But Arjuna is saying, what should I do? My family and friends are here to fight with me. I don't want to see them dying. Death is not good. Of course. And then Arjuna gives the reason that if we fight the war, they will die. What is the point in killing the family and friends for the sake of land? So Arjuna says, I'm not going to fight this war. At that time, in the second chapter, he surrenders to Krishna and he says, Krishna, Shishyateham sadhimam tvam prapannam. I am really confused now. So can you please guide me? You become my guru. So then Krishna accepts the role as a guru and he starts guiding him. So Lord Krishna then gives him the science of soul, Atma Vidya. Actually, our decisions go wrong when we do not have proper understanding. So Lord Krishna says that first thing in the life to understand is that we are very special. We are not ordinary. What does ordinary mean? If you think that you are the composition of this muscle, blood, urine, stool and bone, then animals also have the same thing. But you are very special. How? Because you got a special facility as a human, right? So all of us have a very special facility, very special prerogative we have. And we all have a body also. Animals also have a body. We also have a body. But body is not very special because everybody gets the body. What is special is the soul inside. Body is going to die, but what is important is the soul inside. So Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna here, this is the shloka. If you want to repeat after me. Dehi nityam avadhyoyam.
Dehi nityam avadhyoyam.
Dehi sarvasya bharata.
Dehi sarvasya bharata.
Tasmad sarvani bhutani.
Tasmat sarvani bhutani.
Natvam sochitumarhasi.
Natvam sochitumarhasi.
So here Lord Krishna is saying Dehi. Dehi means the owner, body. But Deha means body, Dehi means owner of the body. So this body is owned by you. Is that right? You say this is my body, right? Everybody, my body, my nose, my ear, my cheek, my eye, my leg, my body, my book, my car, my house, my bungalow. What does that mean? You're the owner. You never say me book, me car. You say my car. You say me body. What do you say? My body. I am the owner. So Dehi. So Lord Krishna is saying that, hey Arjuna, know that one who dwells in this body, the soul, can never be slain. Therefore, this body is not worth of grieving. Do not lament for the body. Body is going to be finished one day. Do not think too much about the body. You are very special. You are beyond this body. You are eternal. So here in this verse, Srila Prabhupada is explaining. You want to read this for us, Prabhu?
Lord Krishna establishes that the soul is immortal and the body is temporary. Therefore, Arjuna as a Kshatriya should not abandon his duty out of fear that his grandfather and teacher, Bhishma and Drona, will die in the battle.
Absolutely. No, thank you, Prabhu. So here you see there is very important understanding here that when you have a bodily conception, then you get fear. Then you get emotional. Then the emotions overtake you. Because then you start thinking that this is real. When you go in a movie and you start thinking, oh, some violence is happening, you get scared. There is a horror movie, you get scared. But you come out of the movie, the horror is gone. Because that was an illusion. Similarly, as long as we think that we are this body, we are under illusion, then anything happening with the body, you think it's real. But when you come out of the movie, you know that is not real. This is all fake. You understand this? Similarly, like say, this is my brother, my family, my wife, my children, my money. And then what happens when the body is finished? You get another one. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So Lord Krishna Prabhupada is saying that the soul is immortal, but the body is temporary. Though the soul is immortal, we should not start killing everybody and anybody. Violence is not justified. You may say that, oh, animals have a soul, but animals are not the body. Let's kill all the animals. That is not good. Srila Prabhupada is saying, you don't misapply that. You are not the body. Let's shoot you. No, not like that. But at the same time, of war, it is not discouraged when there is actual need for it. That need must be justified in terms of the sanctions of Lord and not capriciously. So when there is a need for dharma, then you have to fight. For example, if somebody attacks my home and starts hurting my family, what is my duty now? To protect, right? So in that sense, then I might have to fight and do violence. That is justified. But for no reason, I cannot kill anybody. But if required to protect, I might have to protect my family. Similarly, to protect a nation, a military has to fight sometimes. If the enemy invades, then you have to fight. Is that right? So, for the righteous cause, yes, violence is sometimes justified, but not left, right, and center. You start killing everybody. That is not justified. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Huh? So here, what do we learn? That the soul is eternal, indestructible. Right? Soul is everlasting, and our real identity is we are spirit soul, huh? And the body is perishable. It's very temporary. So, what is the practical application of this? Both the things. Soul is eternal, and the body is temporary. What is the practical application? Somebody can help me.
So more thing to
Huh?
so don't care about the body, just prepare for the soul. If the soul is
Don't care. I will little add. There little correction there. Don't
think
too much care about the body. Body, you have to take care of the body. You have to do exercise. You have to take adequate rest. You take the food, but not spend all the time for the body. We have to look after the soul. And what is important is the thing which is eternal, which is the soul. So we have to give some time for Atma also, right? Not spend all the time for the bodily activities. Arjuna was a Kshatriya, and he should not lament for those who die, as the soul is eternal. But the practical application also means that you should not kill everybody and anybody. Right? So here, what is the important words here? Dehi. We all are Deha or Dehi?
daily.
We are all Dehi. Dehi means we are owner of this body. We are not this body. This is a very important thing we have to understand and remember all the time. Because if somebody says good or bad to you, they are not saying good or bad to you actually. They are saying to this body. They are thinking about this body. When somebody appreciates you, they are appreciating the body actually, not you. Because you are not the body. They know you only as a body. They don't know you as a soul. And soul is Nityam. What is Nityam means? Huh? Shashvata, eternal. We all are Shashvata, which means I do not have any death. I do not die actually. I am eternal. How is that feeling? How is that feeling? You say, I am not going to die.
Liberating.
Absolutely no worries now. I'm not going to die, man. Right? You're going to die tomorrow. Oh my God. I'm not going to die because I am eternal. Nityam. And I am Avadhya. What is Avadhya means? I will not be destroyed. You do whatever you want. You will never be able to destroy me. Because I am so minute that you cannot even see me. I'm invisible. I'm a spirit soul. And Sochitum arhasi. Do not grieve. Do not lament. When you lose something, don't worry. And when you gain something, you're going to lose that thing. So don't too much be overwhelmed. Huh? So these are few important words here in this sloka. Dehim, Dehi, Nityam, Avadhya and Sochitum arhasi. Do not lament. Huh? So what is the lesson here? Lesson for Arjuna. Lord Krishna is saying that Arjuna is grieving for Bhishma and Drona. But Krishna assures him that death affects only for, not for souls. So do not be that much bad. And as a warrior, it was a duty of Arjuna to fight. He should not give up his duty. Also, these words, Srila Prabhupada gives a perspective on the violence. Sometimes people say that Bhagavad Gita promotes violence, but that is not true actually. Bhagavad Gita does not promote violence. Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, you have to do your duty, dharma. He is not asking to do violence. His duty was to fight for dharma. Like a police officer, he has to do his duty. What is the police officer duty? To give you a ticket, to punish you for the crime. He's not being like harassing anybody. He's doing his work, right? So violence is generally discouraged. Srila Prabhupada ji emphasizing this point that violence generally is not good. We should not be violent. However, it is permissible during righteous situation. Righteous means according to dharma, according to your law, according to the responsibility. Sometimes parents have to punish the children. Is that right? When I was young, my parents used to punish me because they want good for me. They don't want to trouble me or torture me. Similarly, sometimes in the war, if it is a righteous war, violence is justified. And dharma is very important. Your actions must align with your dharma. Arjuna, what was his dharma? To protect. So all your actions must be aligning with your dharma. And we talk more about dharma. So what is the relevance of this verse in your life? What we learned now, just now, I want your participation now. So maybe we talked about like last 15, 20 minutes. What is the relevance of this understanding in your life? Anybody wants to participate? Prabhuji? Sneha? Just one, yes, Tom.
To not let emotions prevent you from doing your duty.
Do not let the emotions overcome or prevent you from doing your duty. Yes. You want to elaborate a little bit more on that? How does that come? That is the end result, right? Something which prevents you. But what is the undercurrent?
You have to do your dharma.
Yes, you have to do your dharma. Yes, correct. What is the underlying reason? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. What is the underlying reason, Lord Krishna? Because relevance of this sloka in our life is that we forget our path of dharma, or we get the emotions overtake us because we start thinking that I am this body.
Yeah.
You understand this? So whenever emotions overtake you, whenever the problems come in your life, what do you think? First thing,
What is my duty?
I am spirit soul. These emotions are coming to me, but they are temporary. The emotions will come and go. I have to be tolerant to the emotions. When you are angry, don't be angry and start saying something. When you are lamenting, we're sad, do not get depressed, because the think that this is all like you go in a movie or you see a violence, you see that, oh, this is just a temporary, it's not permanent, it's not real actually. So you don't cry when somebody's crying in the movie. You understand? Similarly, in your life also, if there is a grief, if you loss of somebody, if you lose somebody near and dear one in your life, if you become something happens bad to you, that is just a temporary phenomenon, because it's just like an phase. And then the second application of this is that we have to perform our duties without too much attachment to it. Lord Krishna is giving this message to Arjuna, and accept all the phenomenon in our life as a transient phenomenon, right? Everything is transient. Things are happening and they will be finished one day. So we have to focus on our work. Then next shloka, Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna, you can try to repeat the shloka after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Swadharmam api chavekshya
Sattvam apichapekshya
na vikampitum arhasi
vikampitum
dharmyadhi yuddhascha shreyo anyakshatriyasya na vidyate. So the meaning of this shloka is Lord Krishna is a very important word here. You see the first word here in Sanskrit it says swadharmam api chavekshya na vikampitum arhasi. The word here is swadharma, and we're going to learn that verse more in detail. So Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna, swadharmam api chavekshya na vikampitum arhasi dharmyad dhi yuddhasya shreyo anyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. So he's saying to Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, your swadharma, your specific duty as a kshatriya, the word used here is swadharma papi chaveksho na vikampato arhasi. Here the word kshatriya is here. You see that word kshatriya? You are the kshatriya, you are the fighter. Then what is your swadharma? To fight. So here the Lord Krishna is using the translation here, the shloka. You can read this. Ayush, can you read this?
Considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles. So there is no need for hesitation.
Lord Krishna is saying that your swadharma is this. What is that? Kshatriya. So you do not hesitate to perform your swadharma. What we are going to focus here is this word, swadharma. Each of us have a swadharma. Arjuna has a swadharma as a kshatriya, but all of us have also swadharma. Dharma means your duty. We are not talking about dharma as a Hindu or Muslim or whatever the dharma we are talking about. Here we are talking dharma as your inseparable duty. Like dharma of water. What is the dharma of water? You cannot separate from water. Flow. What is dharma of sugar? Gives sweetness, right? Can you separate sweetness from sugar? Similarly, the thing which you cannot separate from you, that is your dharma. Dharma means actually quality, which you cannot separate that from that person. So Lord Krishna is saying that swadharma, each of us have a duty. Like I have a duty as a father. I have a duty as a doctor. I have a duty as a husband. I have a duty as a son. I have a duty as a friend. I have a duty as a student. Like we all have various roles, and every role has a inseparable duty. Every role. Is that right? Like father, you are a father. What is inseparable duty of your father as a father? To protect the family. That is inseparable. If you give up the protection of the family, that is adharma. Then you will encounter the sinful reaction. Paap kabhi lagega? When you give up the duty. You see? So by argument with that, my friend who called me today, he said that he is not able to come to temple because his parents are asking him not to come to the temple. Why? He's saying that your duty is to study. I said, that's correct. Right? But along with that, you also as a soul, you have another dharma. You understand? Your body has one dharma and your soul has, you have two dharmas. What is the first dharma? As a body, as a father, as a mother, as a son, as a child, as a doctor, as an engineer, whatever it is. And then what is your dharma as a soul? What is the dharma as a soul? Your dharma as a soul, because we learned now we are not the body but the soul, right? So what is dharma as a soul? To serve the super soul, Paramatma. We come from soul. Soul comes from super soul. So what is the duty of the soul? To serve the super soul. So आत्मा का क्या ड्यूटी है? परमात्मा की सेवा करना. So duty of Atma is to serve Paramatma. So that is one dharma. And if I'm not doing that dharma, then what is that called as? That is called adharma. Adharma means papa. Papa means sinful. You will get punished for that. You understand this? So as Arjuna is a Kshatriya, his body dharma is soldier. But as a soul, like you have a dharma as a body. Say you are born in a Hindu family. So you call yourself as a Hindu. You're born in a Christian family. You call it yourself as a Christian. You call yourself anything. Because Christian can also become Hindu. He can become Christian. Like that. These are all temporary dharmas. Like say, I am a doctor. But 40, 50 years back, I was not a doctor. And then I got another dharma as a patient. So all the temporary dharma. 40 years back, I was not a father. Right? And then I got married and I got children. So I got another dharma now. Right? And then after a few years, then I get a grandchildren. So then I have another dharma now. Grandchildren. I have another duty to perform. Right? So your all those dharmas are temporary. They keep on changing actually. Is that right? Your dharma as a student, then you become a professional. So your dharma becomes different dharma now. Like Hindu dharma, then Hindu becomes a Muslim. You new dharma. You are a student, then you become a professor. New dharma now, right? You understand? So all these are temporary dharmas. But what is the permanent dharma? Soul and super soul is permanent. Atma and Paramatma is permanent dharma. So which is most important? Don't forget your permanent dharma, which is to serve the Paramatma. So the day you forget Paramatma, which is Papa. You understand this part? Shri Gaurnitai ki, Shri Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman ki, Shri Radha Vrajavatsal ki, Shri Jagannath, Shri Baldev Subhadra Mata ki, Shri Giriraj Dharani ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur. For Arjuna, Krishna is saying, hey Arjuna, your duty is to protect, fight. If you don't do that, then it is sinful. If you do not do your dharma, then it is sinful. Say, I'm a doctor, I work at the hospital, and if I do not help a patient, then I will be punished because that was my duty, right? And then my college will send me a letter, or your license is cancelled because you didn't do your duty properly. Is that right? You're working in any factory or wherever you're working. If you do not do your duty, then what will happen? You will be punished. Go back. Don't come again. Is that right? Somebody will give you free salary? No. Is that right? Similarly, Arjuna is not doing his dharma of performing, protecting. So that is going to get punished. If we as a Atma do not do our dharma, what is the dharma of Atma? What is the dharma of Atma? To serve Paramatma. Right? Atma is not Hindu, Atma is not Muslim, Atma is not Christian. What is Atma? Atma is part and parcel of Paramatma. It is the only one dharma. What is that dharma? To remember Paramatma. That is the only dharma of Atma. There is nothing else. So if we do not remember Krishna, Paramatma, then what is it called? It is called as It is called sinful, it is called papa, and we will be punished for them. So Lord Krishna is asking Arjuna, hey, dharma yuddha, Arjuna, you perform your dharma yuddha, which means you're Kshatriya, you must fight. Huh? Fighting is justified when there is a dharma yuddha, when it is required, otherwise not. Huh? So there is a higher purpose behind all the duty. We all have a duty and there is a purpose behind it. See, we are being given this all various responsibilities as a father, as a mother, as a son, because there is a higher purpose. You have been given this body. There is a higher purpose. What is that purpose behind the body? Why did you get this human body? Because you can love and serve others. This body is for loving and serving. The day we forget this, then the facility will be taken away from you. So Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, you perform your duty but selflessly. Arjuna was becoming very selfish. What was Arjuna doing? He was thinking, if they are killed, then I will not be happy. What is he thinking about? He's thinking about himself. He's not thinking about, if I'm a doctor, what is my duty? To make sure that patient is cured. If I look after the money, I say, oh, how much more money I can get out of the patient care. Is that good? Sometimes a doctor will prescribe unnecessary medicines, unnecessary tests. What is that called as? That is adharma. What is dharma? To make sure that whatever is required is done to help. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, hey Arjuna, you are not doing your duty, you are becoming selfish. If a doctor says, I want more money, let patient die. Doesn't matter to me. Is that good? Arjuna is doing the same thing. He's becoming selfish. He's thinking, oh, they will die, this will happen, I will not be happy. So you are thinking about yourself. So what is righteous duty? What is dharma? Performing duty without self-interest. That is called as swadharma. So here is the deeper meaning of this. Arjuna, while doing his duty, he is thinking about his own benefits. You understand this? That is called as selfishness. What is your duty as a father? To protect the children. You don't see that, oh, what will I get when children grow up? You don't do that. Mother doesn't do that. What is they are doing? They are looking after the kids, making sure that they are happy. So here, Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to act without selfishness, to act without attachments. This is what Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna. And Srila Prabhupada is explaining in the purport about Kshatriya Dharma. Arjuna is performing, he has to work as a Kshatriya, as a fighter. But he is hesitating. He is failing in his Dharma. Why? Because he is selfish now. So we have to, selfless action is called as Swadharma. So wherever we perform action, should not think what I will get. What should you think? What I can give to others. That is called Swadharma. Arjuna was selfish. And when there is selfishness, there is confusion. There is no clarity. Because there is a cloud in between. So, if you really want to be happy, if you really want to be successful, then performing action without selfish motives is the very important part of it. And Krishna consciousness helps you to transform from me to you. Everybody is thinking about me. Arjuna is thinking, what will I get? What will I get? What will I be able to That is Krishna consciousness. So what are the benefits of selfless action called Swadharma? Now I need your help. What are the benefits of performing an action without self-interest? What are the benefits? What will I get? What will you get if you do not have any interest in it? Yes, Tom.
Good karma.
Good karma, that is good. Yes, anybody else?
Peace, happiness.
Huh? Happiness, peace, good karma. Anybody else? There is no anxiety actually. Is that right? Your anxiety goes away. Your fear of failure goes away. All the stress is gone because there is no self-interest. I'm not thinking about myself. I am thinking about all the stress in your life comes because you are always thinking about yourself. What will happen to me tomorrow? What will I get? But if you're always thinking about how much I can give, you're not worried about it yourself. Your stress goes away. And there is a harmony created in the society. Actually, when you do Swadharma, which means duty without self-interest, then what happens? There is a happiness, there is a sharing and caring, right? When I see that, oh, Prabhuji is new to Thunder Bay, how can I help him? When this student, oh, how can I help him? How can I make sure somebody who comes here, they are comfortable? I'm not thinking what will I get out of it. Is that right? So when you start thinking like that, then there is a personal and social harmony. I am in harmony with myself and I am harmony with everybody of us around me. That is what Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, you are forgetting Swadharma. What is your duty? To make sure everybody is happy. If I am serving you, you are serving him, he is serving him, he is serving him. If we serve everybody, what will happen? Everybody will be happy. But if I keep on serving myself, you will not be happy. And then you keep on serving yourself. Everybody is selfish. Then there is a limitation. So Lord Krishna is telling here about Swadharma. Bhagavad Gita is all about, how to live your life selflessly. Bhagavad Gita is not about selfishness. Krishna is teaching every step, how can you be happy? And here, Krishna is telling, hey Arjuna, don't think about it. You do your duty. Whatever has to be done, has to be done. If I, as a father, has to give my life for the benefit of family, I have to give up my life. And you find happiness in that. That is. And also another advantage of Swadharma. What is another benefit of acting without selfishness? What is another benefit you can get? First is no anxiety, happiness, peace, prosperity in the society, harmony in the society. And what is another benefit? Love, yes. Trust. Who said that? Yeah, Mataji said trust. Yeah, a lot of people, you will start developing a trust. And one of the most important benefit is that failure consequences, Everybody is worried about the failure, right? What will happen if I don't get what I want? That consequences will go away because now you have no self-interest. I'm doing my best. Rest is in Krishna's hand. And this leads to Karma Yoga. This is the basis of whole Karma Yoga philosophy actually. Here in this shloka, Lord Krishna first time introduces, with the word Swadharma, Lord Krishna introduces Karma Yoga. You all have heard about the word karma, right? Karma means action. But what is the Karma Yoga? It's selfless action. So the conclusion of this whole verse in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is emphasizing about duty over personal preferences. All of us have personal interest, self-interest. but you have a duty also. Don't always think about yourself. What is important is your duty. Again, righteous actions aligned with dharma, which is swadharma. Everybody remembers the word swadharma? Everybody say swadharma? 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 And now what you have to do is you have to take a piece of paper and write down what is your swadharma. Can you do all exercise when you go home? What do you do? And what is the meaning of the swadharma? What is the meaning of swadharma?
Action without selfless.
I will fall down now if you don't answer me, because I'm spending like almost half an hour behind this word swadharma. What is the meaning of the word swadharma? Selfless action. Very nice. Selfless duty. So it will lead to spiritual path. So what you do? What is your swadharma? As a body and swadharma as a... That is very important. So what do we learn lesson from this shloka? What is the take-home message for all of us? That we all should know our duty, our swadharma. We must know our dharma. And it is very important to be clear about the swadharma as a body, swadharma as a soul. This is very important. Everybody has to understand their role and responsibility as per the nature. Sometimes we have our nature keeps on changing, job keeps on changing, right? Sometimes you are working as a student and then you become a professional, so your role becomes different. You are a son and then you become a father. Your dharma changes. So you need to know the change in the dharma. All the external dharmas will keep on changing, but you have to keep the pace with it. And what is the internal dharma? It always remains the same, which is remembering Paramatma and performing our duty without fear. Why? How can we do duty without fear? Swadharma, absolutely. You are doing. Pardon?
You have nothing to lose.
Because you're doing it not for your own benefit. Doesn't matter whether you get success or failure. Doesn't matter. What is your duty? You have to keep on doing your work, what is required to be done. That is Swadharma. We have to avoid hesitation when carrying out our duties. Do not hesitate. Arjuna was hesitant. Should I fight? Should I not fight? No, once you take a role and responsibility, just go with it and do it, because that is the right thing. And act selflessly. And here is the beginning of a karma yoga philosophy, as Krishna is saying in further in shloka, that focus on the action and not on the result. Dedicate yourself for the higher cause. So now I want all of you to participate. We discussed this shloka in detail, right? Everybody is with me now? I want your participation. Just don't be spectator, listener, passive listener. So first is, how can we identify our Swadharma in the modern times, in this 21st century? And second is, some examples of righteous action, Swadharma versus personal ambitions. Okay, some examples. So let's do it. First question for all of us is, how can we identify our Swadharma in the modern times? Okay, I want some volunteers. Please help me. So if I ask you, what is your Swadharma, Chaitanya? What is your Swadharma? How would you do that? You have no dharma?
I do as a student.
That is what I'm asking. Yes, what is your Swadharma as a student? Yeah, Swadharma as a student? Study hard. Do your best in the school. What is your another Swadharma? Yes, Tom?
Being a father.
As a father, yes. As a father, your dharma is, Swadharma is different. You are a son. So you're a brother also. So you have a swadharma as a brother, you have swadharma as a son, you have swadharma as a student. What other swadharmas you have? You are working somewhere, you might be doing a job, part-time job, right? So that is also a swadharma. So like that, can you list some of the swadharmas you have? Like we gave you 4 swadharmas, huh? As a student, as a son, as a brother, as an employee. What other swadharmas you can have?
As a person, as an individual.
As an individual to the society, like say you're a Canadian, you have another swadharma, you're Indian, national, you're a swadharma to your country also, right? What is your dharma to the duty? Protect your country, right? Whatever happens. So there is another dharma as a citizen. What is other dharma you can think of? As a citizen, as a father, mother, what else? As a friend, right? You might have friends around you. So what is your friend duty as a friend? To protect them, to help them, to guide them, to help whatever you can do for your friend. So in this way, you can see your different dharmas, right? All those are on the material swadharma. Okay, any other swadharma you have we talked about? Please help me.
Remember the super soul.
Did you all get it? What he said? What is that? Swadharma as a soul. That is very important, huh? Spiritual level, huh? You have one swadharma. And which is the most important? Somebody say? Spiritual. Why that is most important? Why that is most important? Because body is temporary. You are dehi. That is your real identity. If you forget your real dharma, then that is called as papa. Right? Now you have 3-4 dharmas. Like say you have a dharma as a student, you have dharma as a son, you have dharma as a father, or you have a dharma as a brother, you have a dharma as an employee. Which is the most important dharma out of all? Like say, if somebody asks you, you select one dharma out of all. Which one would you select? As a student, as a son, as an employee, as a brother, as a friend? Which is most important dharma for you? Huh? No, what is, I said 5-6 dharmas, right? Which is the most important dharma here? What is the most important dharma? That is called as dharma sankata. Have you heard the word dharma sankata? Because when your family wants something, and then your job wants something else, and then your friends want something else, and then your brother wants something else. Everybody is asking something from you. Now you are in a confusion. You don't know what to do. Right? That is called as dharma sankata. Have you heard this word before? That is what it is. Arjuna had a dharma sankat. What was Arjuna's dharma sankat? There is a family standing there, grandfather standing there, guru standing there, and he has to fight. And on this side, his own brothers. Now he is confused. Why this dharma sankat happens? What is the reason of dharma sankata? Attachment? Anything else? But is it bad to have attachment with family? Is it bad? Attachment is important, right? Otherwise, you are emotionless. You see, this dharma sankata, what is the reason for dharma sankata? Selfishness? That is possible, yes. Anything else? Huh? Thinking about others? Okay, yeah, so you want to make everybody happy. Is that what you want to say? Yeah, that is true actually. It's not possible to make everybody happy. So, yeah, that is correct. So, your dharma sankata because you can't make everybody happy. That is true. What else? Selfishness, you want to be happy and don't worry about others.
Just for getting away from his duties.
Hmm?
Getting away from his duties.
So, dharma sankata happens when the clarity is not there. Whom do you really want to make happy? You want to make happy family, then the friends will not be happy. Friends happy, then family will not be happy. And then job and all those things, But if you have one center in your life, see, when you throw a stone in the water, what happens? Ripples are created, right? There is one center and then one ripple, one ripple, one ripple. How many ripples? Maybe many ripples, right? But there is one center and many ripples. None of the circles collide with each other. But if you throw 4 or 5 stones in the water, what will happen? All the circles will collide with each other, right? What is the message here? When the center of the whole thing is one, then there is no confusion. When Krishna is in the center of your life, in your family life, in your work life, in your social life, in your whatever the life you are living, Krishna is in the center, what will happen? There will be no collision, because you will take the decision, whatever is the best for your Krishna bhakti. So when friends are calling and family has certain needs and your work has certain needs, then what is the question you will ask? You have to take a decision now, right? Because you have to make one call. Which will make Krishna most happy? So that is what is. So Arjuna is asking, Lord Krishna is asking Arjuna, hey Arjuna, you are thinking about grandfather, you are thinking about guru, you are thinking about the soldiers, you are thinking their wives, you are thinking their children, and you are thinking about yourself also. So how many circles? So many circles. But if every center of the all circle is Krishna, I will do because Krishna is saying, then there is no confusion. Is that right? So whole center of Bhagavad Gita is that you make Krishna as the center of your life. Then all confusions will disappear. Your swadharmas will start colliding when there is a different dharmas. But if you have only one dharma, what is that? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami ma sucha. What is the Krishna saying? Sarva dharman parityajya. Give up all so-called dharmas. Dharma is a father, mother, son, this, that. And then just surrender to Krishna, which means that make Krishna as the center of your life. Then all the confusions in your life will go away. Is that right? Does that make sense? Okay, let's do one more exercise and then we'll stop here. The next part of the exercise is give some examples of swadharma, which is the righteous actions, and personal ambitions, selfishness. Any examples you can think of in your life you have come across? People around you or yourself have done some actions which are selfish actions and some actions which are selfless actions. Can you think about it? Have you done any selfless actions in your life? Yes, Tom.
Helping somebody maybe move from one house to another and not accepting any form of payment. Just doing
Perfect. Yeah. And then selfless action, that is swadharma as a friend. And selfish action you can think of? You have done something like that? I'm not asking you.
Sure, maybe the same example, but expecting something in return.
Expecting something out of it.
Doing it for your own personal.
Yeah. Like as a doctor, like I work in the medical profession, and I've seen that sometimes doctors will go above and beyond their limits and they will do their best. Even without thinking about themselves, they'll save the patient. That is called swadharma. But sometimes I've also seen that a doctor, medical professional, will always think about how can I get more money out of this patient. They will not think about the patient. That is called adharma, swadharma. So these two questions we have to always ask ourselves when we are doing any action. Are we doing swadharma or adharma? This is very important concept in our life, and that is what Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna, that we have to remember what is the key difference between the righteous action and personal ambitions. Whatever the actions, some people, they do good to others, like politicians. Sometimes they say, I will do this for you, but what is their interest? They're not doing selflessly sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes also. So what is the difference between the swadharma and the selfish action? What is the main difference? Yes?
One you do for personal gain, one you do for just
For the pleasure of somebody else. Yes, absolutely. Anybody else wants to contribute? So here are the motivations. The differences between the selfless action and selfish action is the motivation behind that. And second is impact on the others. When you do selfless action, it benefits everybody, right? Like say we all come together and we organize a festival. Is it selfish action or selfless action? We all work together. Like we are all here together today, and we serve food to each other. Is it selfish or selfless? Selfish. We are here selfless, right? We are not here for gaining anything. So it is benefiting everybody. So think about what action you are doing. Is it benefiting you only or to others? And then it is swadharma or adharma. It has to benefit everybody. And what is the impact of the activity you are doing? Does your action help you to go near to Krishna, grow spiritually, or it is taking you away from Krishna? So these are small questions you can ask before taking any decision. Whatever the decisions you are taking, is it going to help others? Is it going to make everybody happy? Is it going to make Krishna happy? Is it going to take me towards Krishna or going to take away from Krishna? And does it align with the principles of Bhagavad Gita? If that is there, then that is dharma. Otherwise it is adharma, right? So this is what we did today in the shloka. So in this shloka, very important shloka of the Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna is saying that swadharmam api chaveksha na vikampatum arhasi dharmadhi yuddhasya shreyo anya kshatriyana vidyate. So Lord Krishna is saying, hey Arjuna, you must do your duty without self-interest. Arjuna was thinking about himself. So in our life, whatever activities we do, whatever we do in our life, we should think about, is it for myself? Always thinking about yourself is not good. Is it for service of Krishna? It makes Krishna happy, then everybody will be happy. Is that right? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions, comments anybody has? No comments, no questions? Okay, thank you so much. Let's do the Aarti ceremony. Request everybody to come and join us for the Aarti. And then please take Prasadam also. So this is the first Sunday of this new year. Is that right? The first Sunday of this new year. So Happy New Year to everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.